Good morning. This is Ray Salazar, and you're listening to the Morning Reel, a 200 minute or so podcast of films that I review of all kinds, nationalities, all colors, from Technicolor to black and white, from the 1930s to today, from Japan to USA. Now, I have a special guest, and man, I always wanted this dude in my podcast because he likes cinema. I like cinema. Why don't we talk some cinema? And he's a fan of Spielberg, and I'm sad that he doesn't know Spielberg because he knows Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and hey, he actually performed for Adam Sandler at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, California as of recent. I want to welcome Rock Samson. Rock Samson, welcome to my podcast, man.
Thanks for having me on, man. It's past due, like you said. One of those three things was true that you said.
Yeah, at least I tell the truth, I guess.
There's some truth mixed in there. And that's pretty fitting given that we're talking about a knockoff Pinocchio movie today.
Dude, it is a total knockoff Pinocchio film. No, we're not reviewing the Guillermo del Toro one. I'm staying as far away from that as possible. But hey, if you chip in the tip, I'll do it. Either way, we're here to talk about Steven Spielberg's AI, Artificial Intelligence. It is a 2001 American science fiction film that pretty much told the future, or what the future is gonna kind of be like, as far as like Steven Spielberg is concerned, and even to Stanley Kubrick, who was actually behind this project, but couldn't get it done because the technology simply was not there. And obviously, he died. And when he died, that was it, But then Spielberg, he was a good friend of Stanley Kubrick and decided, you know what? Let me take on this guy's fucking, what could have been a masterpiece, Because Stanley Kubrick's a guy where he talks about science fiction. He talks about, like, how we, humanity, can, like, fuck each other up so, like, let's just say, easily, It's so not hard to pretty much get rid of the whole human race, if we wanted to. That's where we stand. Let me give you the credits real quick. Directed by and written by Steven Spielberg. What's up? Screen story by Ian Watson, based on Super Toys Last All Summer Long by Brian Aldiss. Produced by Kathleen Kennedy. Make it fucking lame! Steven Spielberg and Bonnie Curtis. Come on, we all know who Kathleen Kennedy is by now. Shout out to South Park with that one. Starring Jude Law, Haley Joel Osment, Francis O'Connor, Brandon Gleeson, and the GOAT William Hurt, who was actually hurt in this film. Cinematography by the legendary Janusz Kaminski. Woo woo. Edited by Michael Kahn, not Eric Kahn. Music by legendary GOAT John Williams, man. He fucking made this film his bitch, dude. Anyways, production companies, DreamWorks Pictures, whoop whoop, Amblin Entertainment, and Stanley Kubrick Productions. Distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. Made $235.9 million in the box office from a $100 million budget.
Damn, okay. They doubled it.
They have to, man. Spielberg has to double his profit, man. And, dude, I'm a fan of Spielberg, dude. I've been since I was a kid, man. Ever since I saw Jurassic Park and Amistad. I saw Amistad when I was a kid, and I was just like, whoa, man. Like, what a fucking guy, right?
Even outside of his movies, his, like, TV-related properties are also, they don't miss.
They don't.
Yeah, like all the Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, Freakazoid, man, that was a work of art. Like,
yeah, I miss Freakazoid.
Yeah, those were all just, the dude really knows how to make something that taps into nostalgia for everybody, but then also I don't know, it's easy to watch his stuff as a child or as an adult.
I mean, needless to say, he was hurt as a child. He grew up in a family of divorce. And a lot of his movies kind of like play that type of family dynamic, which is like, I can't say it's weird because the way he does it is very artistic, much like this film, AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah, I gotta say the whole thing, dude. I gotta say the whole thing.
Whole thing. That's the name of the movie.
Name of the movie. I mean, if you've seen War Horse, E.T., Family Dynamic, children getting taken away either by, well, honestly, it's through society in a sense, right?
Yeah.
War Horse, War, E.T., government.
Yeah.
Which kind of plays a huge role in society and a huge role in humanity, really. Especially even like modern day society, man. They play a big role, And AI, man, this film pretty much told the future in about 2.5 hours in the year 2001, where we didn't even have a glimpse of technology like that, man. We didn't have fucking smartphones. We didn't have smart cars. We didn't have flying cars, period.
I don't think we had anything that was actually as adapt to learning either. Because we had like mechanics and robotics, and everybody knew we were going to have robots at some point. But the fact that they, alluded to robots with personality traits, even if they were programmed, like the ones that go to the flesh fair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy seeing the robots now that we actually have that engage with people, and
we're there.
Yeah, like I don't know if you saw, I forget her name, but the gray robot, like one of the more famous ones. They have a video of her looking at herself and seeing her reflection. It must be, I guess, like the first time she's seen it in real time. So she just started making like every face, like angry, shocked, smiling, like kind of running through it. It's wild to see something for the first time seeing itself and recognizing, its own entity and like seeing it control its own face. Like just that, I don't know to what extent, but that had to have opened some new processing doors for that robot.
Some could say that was programmed as well. Where's the line?
True. Too true.
This film like really crosses lines out there, man. Like, all right, simple plot. Here we go. Family, broken family. Their son is basically comatose. Doctors are kind of telling the husband, like, hey, man, your wife's kind of going insane. It's been about 5 years. Yeah, the status is pending, but everything seems kind of grim. And at the same time, you have this dude, William Hurt's character. He creates an android where they're proposing the fact that, like, hey, we can actually create something where honestly has no bounds of being emotional, having certain personality traits, exposing itself to fears and to violence and all that stuff. And the dad's like, you know what, let's do it. Behind, the wife's back. Next thing you know, husband tells the wife, hey, like, I have a surprise for you. And the wife freaks the fuck out. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
She just freaks the fuck out. Like, more at the fact that this creation does not look like a creation. But then again, when you look at another human being, I don't know if you do this, Rock, but sometimes I don't even need to be high to be thinking about this stuff. But like, off weed and shit, I look at human beings, I'm like, dude, like, how do we look this perfect? Even though that we all look different. We have, flaws where, like, you have a scar on your face or you were born with one tit bigger than the other. Shit, all kinds of shit like that. But, like, even with those quote-unquote flaws, there is a level of perfectionism because there is no species that is like us, period. There is none. At least none that we don't know about and haven't made its presence to us. We're the perfect design of God, in God's eyes. I believe in God, so that's just how I think. That's how I feel. And you see this fucking creation, and it just looks perfect.
I think it's kind of like, it's like when you watch a movie, they have yet to make CGI so perfect that it's indistinguishable from like a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I feel like the Final Fantasy movie that came out forever ago, like that production company like gets really close to something hyper realistic,
dude.
But like, yeah, with AI, I think the fact that android, that little robot boy, just seemed so human. It's like that weird boundary. Like as soon as they make a video game that looks that real, like, holy shit.
But you know what's ironic it's an actual human boy. Like if you think about it in practical terms,
Yeah.
from out the theater into like it's a kid playing a kid. Playing a robot playing a kid. That's kind of weird. Because I'm pretty sure for Haley Joel Osment, I mean I don't know what fucking Spielberg told him to act, but like I'm pretty sure he didn't just tell him act like a kid. No, there's got to be something where like he has to be aware of the fact that I am not a boy, even though I am trying to be a boy. That's fucking difficult, man.
Man, I don't know what his parents put him through, but he was an incredible actor.
Yes.
Like, and it's one of those. Oh my God, there's that other little girl that did Coraline. What was her name?
Don't know her name.
Ah, fuck. Anyway, just child actors, man. There are some that are just like they're not like born with it. Like they definitely take classes and shit like that. But there's like I guess families that just like either like I just assume like families where there's like no previous actors. They just see something and they're like, okay, my kid is fucking beautiful, charismatic, can memorize shit. Get him in here.
And he's 4.
Yeah,
dude.
Like, cause Haley Joel Osment, just his entire childhood, man, he triumphed. He did all the Kingdom Hearts games and shit. He did
Tusk.
He did Tusk.
Yeah, he was in Tusk.
I didn't see that one yet, but I mean,
it was a trip seeing him in Tusk.
Yeah.
And then getting back to Final Fantasy as well, that movie is fucking great. And I tripped the fuck out when I noticed how great not the cinematography, but like the CGI period.
Yeah.
But you can totally see the flaw to it too. Even at that time, I'm as impressive as it is.
Yeah.
To see people run, they don't look like they're running.
Like I said, there's always gonna be something that just isn't right. But it's one of those like I said, I think the shock value for like AI is just the fact that they hit it, they got it right. They've got all these robots out in the world like Gigolo Joe or whatever, and he's like good enough to have sex with, but you can still tell he's a robot.
Oh hell yeah!
But like this kid, but this kid is just like 100% like pass off as a human. Like I don't know, yeah. Like I said, whenever movies or video game graphics get to a point where it seems like hyper realistic, I think that's when everybody's gonna start feeling a little weird about. Everybody's gonna be uneasy, and then it'll become the standard.
Yeah, I was impressed as I rewatched this film. This is my second time watching it in a long. Well, I mean, I've seen it like maybe I don't know 5 times in my life or so since it came out. But seeing it again, and the first 10 minutes of the film, you see how great the VFX work is in this film because you see this woman, right, standing next to William Hurt. And, I mean, obviously, at some point, they got to change the makeup to where it looks animatronic, right? But, like, he touches this animatronic space, this mecha's, like, face, right? Like, it goes inside her mouth, up to the roof of her teeth and all that. There's a switch there. And the shot is still there, and it's on a close-up, and it looks great. It's all lit.
There's no cuts.
No cuts, man. And then you see this face literally just wind back, and then you see what's really going on, and it's all in one shot, and it just looks so seamless. And then he presses the button again, the face comes back on, like that. Nothing is beautiful.
Well, yeah, that part. I remember when I was rewatching it, I was also like, God damn, this is like 2001. What the fuck? Like, that scene alone was baffling because
scary.
On top of all of that, like it seems super seamless. I'm sure if you broke it down frame by frame, you could see a small jump or something. I don't know, but like I couldn't notice it. And then he also ejects that hard drive from her brain, and it's just all those moving pieces. Like it's not just we made it look like her face moved back and now she's a robot underneath there. This is all like a physical fucking like practical effects mixed in with the CGI.
A lot of interaction in
that one
a couple
scene.
Of takes. Yeah, man. And it pretty much when you see that scene, you know what you're expecting. Like, hey, they're gonna build a robot. What's gonna happen to that robot? What could it actually be capable of? Because I love how they put philosophical elements into that scene alone. Because it's the to the audience, we gotta give them what they want in the first 15, or else they're not really gonna buy it. What Spielberg did, not only did he pose the question to like pretty much get us engaged into the film, but this is a question that if you really think about it, if you're like a spiritual person per se, I feel like that's something that's gonna kind of like stay with you. And not only is it gonna stay with you, it's gonna somehow it's gonna come back up. And living the times that we're living right now, Rock,
Yeah.
whatever's happening in that film, pretty much happening right now. Not up to its extremes, because even there is still the future. It's still like maybe like I don't know, man. It's not really said in the film, but a couple of 100 years into the future already.
I mean,
still
it's
trying to develop this shit.
It's far enough in the future that they rebuilt the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Hey. No disrespect.
No, but that is so wild. That was like, a movie that came out right before 9/11, and so at the end they got the towers. I remember watching. I was like, I forgot for a minute when this movie came out and how close that was.
Yeah, I had to like really look at the dates and be like, whoa, man, like they got it pretty much on the dot. And the question posed in the film in the first act: can a robot not only like be programmed to like do whatever it wants, but like can it on its own free will? Can it like with all the stuff that we put in its head, all this engineering, countless and countless of years of engineering, can we play God?
I mean, I feel, I was gonna say, I feel like, if we go any further, which it seems like we're gonna, life's just gonna do what it do.
And not only can we play God, but can we deserve the right, the privilege to be God? Because you see these humans basically purchasing these things, but like not everybody is purchasing it for the reasons that they should. Like going back to the family, Haley Joel Osment, David comes into the family. They're like kind of iffy about it, but obviously it's a kid being a kid, even though it's a robot. Sooner or later, someone's going to warm up to that person, or to that thing rather. And there's this little thing in the film where like they give you a set of codes, right? Where hey, if you're really serious about this, if you really want this to be like not just your plaything, but like a child where it just kind of caters to you, and you don't care how far it can go, even though like there's some restrictions that go with it. I mean, it's your decision whether you want to do this or not. Something happens and things just go overload, and as like how any person should be, right? Because we're allowed to overload, right? And then next thing you know, the son comes back in the family.
How convenient.
Now we got two people playing for the love of their parents, right? One being real, obviously, who's a fucking dick, bro.
Yo, straight up, Martin
is a fucking asshole.
Yo, yeah, fuck Martin, dude.
But that's what makes it so like. I love the tension about it. Even though it's so simple, it's a slice of life, right, per se.
Yeah.
And we see that tension, like, man, what is Martin gonna do, man? Is he gonna push him off a cliff? Is he gonna bust the good son? Macaulay Culkin, the kid.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking monster, dude. He's the worst.
And he's not even a robot. That's the fucking crazy part. The fact that it's a human.
Oh yeah, well that's the whole tone of the movie.
Yeah.
Is, that it. I think like just people are irresponsible talking about like, do we deserve to play God? Hell no. But are we gonna? Yeah. What's the fallout of that? This one, instead of a robot uprising, the fallout, falls on the shoulders of all the mechas and stuff like that. Because it's like the mom, couldn't process her son being in a coma, so she got a little robot toy that she didn't ask for. But rather than being responsible and creating some distance when she realized she was about to like activate that thing.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, didn't have a game plan, no nothing. Like, girl, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be in your 80s, and that's still gonna be a little boy. Like, did anybody not learn from Vampire Interview with a Vampire? Making something young immortal, and how just confusing that is and horrible. It's just like that's already the first strike, but then obviously everybody constantly mistreats David and stuff like that. But
he didn't deserve that, man.
You know who didn't deserve any bad treatment but got it the entire movie? Fucking Teddy, dude.
Teddy, man.
Teddy was the real AI, because everything that Haley Joel Osment did, he was programmed to like imprint. You know, he was programmed to imprint and want to love his mom and all this stuff. Teddy was the only one who was not given any like task of like, hey, protect David over this kid, protect, favor anybody, but instead, David, didn't like Martin and wanted to take care of David, and David was an asshole to him the whole time, and Teddy was always there. He had the hair. He constantly was on
That
top
lock
of everything.
Hair, that's crazy. But
so, he wasn't like programmed to hang on to the hair. That's my point. Is Teddy to me was like the real AI in that movie, in that he built his own values and goals.
It's crazy because, like, I mean, obviously, like, watching it, like, maybe, like, the first once or twice or whatever, you don't really catch on to those things, especially Teddy. I remember him hanging on to David while they were in the flesh fair blimp.
The little net.
A little moon net and all that stuff. And then, like, think about it now, like, what about this guy? Like, what's going on with him? What's his story? Like, what, like, it raises questions to me, like, he's an AI as well, and he actually developed some independence, like, as far as, like, compassion, period, stuff that, like, us humans are practically given, it just needs to be unlocked or sorts. Like, nah, he had to, like...
He had to learn it.
He had to learn it, period.
Man. And that was... to me, that was, like, one of the most bullshit parts in the movie is when they're at the flesh fair. They've already melted that one lady's, down, and, that was...
Nanny?
Yeah, that was fucking gnarly. But, there was that, but even before her, there was like another one, and it was like, please, don't kill me, right? Everybody pretty much is just like either taking it with dignity or like begging for their lives.
Yeah.
And all it takes is them putting fucking David up there, and that one lady's like, wait, no robot, no mechas are gonna beg for their life. Like, they literally all have been. Like, God, are you kidding me?
It's because it looks like a boy.
Yeah, it's like that.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, white privilege.
Human privilege. The one thing I didn't really like dig about the film, as far as like just from like a critique's point of view, is I appreciate that Spielberg was able to like keep us at reach. Not comparing this film to Pinocchio, but like using Pinocchio as a sort of like a
parallel.
Yeah, and a reference, And you know what, man? Like, looking at it, like, all right, cool. It's still a great fucking film. It's kind of hard work to like make a plot out of this whole story, because this kid, like, all right, this kid needs to be dumped by the family because technically he tried to hurt. Well, it's not like he wanted to hurt him, right?
His defense.
That was like his only tactic, and then he didn't know what he was doing, and they almost drowned fucking Martin, dude. He almost lost him one time. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's like a dog almost, man. They have to throw him away.
Knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, let's get it done.
David's journey. All right, well, I gotta become a real boy by looking for a fairy that's non-existent. But next thing you know, there are little clues for us to kind of like give us a path to where he might go, in the sense of a blue fairy, and there is, and it's Manhattan. Underwater. That's crazy. And to see like how the world works now, where we're at, as far as the society is concerned, and where the mechas are at, and then next thing you know, millennia into the future, there's nothing left, and that's one thing I don't know. It's like, we know that this isn't like a total Spielberg film, because there's still elements of Kubrick in this film, right? Yeah. As far as like dystopia type of things,
Yeah.
Like, where I like how like Kubrick mixes like our perversion with like, society, right?
Like the highway and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking little fucking perv town where everybody's getting it on and all that shit. Mechas and humans all together. So it's crazy how like perversion can unite us. Because it did it.
Hey man, everybody wants to fuck.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's as I say, that's pretty neat, because it's kind of like the fact that the Kubrick style, like, you can definitely see it. I feel like the beginning at the house with darker coupe came out for the last the 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah. And I just wonder, like, man, like, there's some stuff that, like, I think Spielberg knew that Stanley wouldn't, like, kind of go for. Like, in the third act, far into the future, these, like, godlike beings, they're not, we don't know what they really are, really, but, like, they're like a mixture of mecha and humans at the
I had a theory.
synergy.
Yeah, well, I thought they were robots just in general, because it's, if they're doing any sort of, like, alluding to anything, like, you know, hidden details in the movie, when they first bring David out and he's just a silhouette, the exact same shape as the alien robots, whatever, at the very end. Small, skinny neck, small, round head, and looks all lanky. And then he comes into view, and then you're looking at David. But yeah, if you look at the, like, go back and watch that and do a little comparison, you'll see the silhouette looks like identical to the alien robots at the end. So I think they're just robots.
Third act is great. I like the third act. I like the music. The cinematography. I mean, just cinematography alone. I love how, like, Jaminski has the highlights super blown out, dude.
I love that shit,
That
dude.
shit is fucking tight. And it's hard to do that because I was looking at the film, I was just like, all right, I kind of know how you would do it. And at the same time, like, how do they light this shit? Because honestly, to, like, just to evenly light your face requires a lot of light. Then next thing you know, you got these lights that are like 4 times blowing brighter than, like, what you're being evenly lit on. And I'm just like, whoa, man, like, I can tell why that budget was high, dude. Like,
dude, everything about it. And it's like, yeah, you mentioned the lighting and everything, and it's just the atmosphere they put on with the lighting alone. Like, you think about the very beginning or any time they're with William Hurt, it's always very dramatic lighting.
Yes.
Sorry. Lots of dark negative space, and then wherever you're supposed to be focusing on, it's not on a spotlight, but it has very harsh dramatic lighting on it.
a lot of they call it in the industry like hard key lighting.
Yeah. So just but then, you know, and then other situations, everything's, I don't know, every single scene in that movie is so memorable. The lighting plays such a big part in it.
Yeah, low key, I mean, that movie shot just to the T, man. It shot very well. Every scene as far as lighting is concerned is not a miss. Like, and the music as well.
Yeah.
Not a miss at all, man. Even like the last 20 minutes of the film, man. It's like Spielberg told Williams, "Hey, man, just fucking let it rip and never look back. Just fucking go, bro." Because the heartstrings are tugging in the last 15, dude.
Dude.
It just does not want to go away, man.
I would love to find out what his influence sounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would wonder as well.
I don't feel like there's too many completely original ideas. So like what memory or like what piece of media he consumed that he was like, that makes me think of this. Let me make it my own now.
What a film of nostalgia.
Dude, honestly, and you know, it was one of those when you asked me if I wanted to do this, I was really excited because it's like, you know, I joke and talk about how it made me cry at the end when I watched it for the first time, which,
it's a tearjerker, man.
Yeah. But like, goddamn, for a 20-year-old movie, that shit is still such incredible quality. It's like we said, like that one single frame shot with the mecha's face in the beginning of the movie. That alone is really good.
I mean, all that was shot on film.
Dude, the nanny getting melted at the flesh fair, like, that was also just like, you know, you can see the CGI, but
yeah,
blending is so
perfect.
Perfect.
You know what? Like, I'm not a big fucking fan of CGI, like, or like purely driven CGI films, like the Marvel shit. Like, it's hard for me to like, to just like, dude, some of the stories are good, man. They're actually decent, but I'm like, but it just doesn't look real to me.
Nah, the only time that I've like, one of the more recent Marvel movies that had to be CGI heavy that I like, the Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, fine, we're looking at a bunch of aliens, that's fun.
Yeah, but there's a lot of scenes in that film where like you can tell they
People
put so much love in that production design. Yeah, exactly.
So that one does pretty good at like mixing the mediums. Spider-Man, the second one where he's fighting Mysterio, there's a scene where he eventually gets hit by a train, but it's like the first time Mysterio's fucking with him and he's hallucinating. And obviously that entire scene is shot in CGI.
Yeah.
But that was one scene where it's like, okay, I'm not looking at Tom Holland anymore. I'm completely watching a whole animated sequence right now. But like I really dug it because it worked. He's tripping balls.
Yeah.
You know, he's in this psychedelic, you know, trance. That made sense and worked out just fine for me. But it's like, but then you watch him fight some water monster, you know, and it kind of takes you out of it because it's all just CGI.
Yeah.
And there's not much actual practical effects.
And you knew by watching this film, and I'm pretty sure Spielberg kind of had a feeling where like, because like this is his first film into like basically the 21st century, right? 2001.
Yeah.
Middle 2001, really, and I'm pretty sure they've been shooting the film for like 3 years before.
I did do a little deep diving into some facts about this, and apparently, the Einstein Robin Williams character,
Dude,
apparently that was Kubrick who wanted Robin Williams to do that character.
that's crazy.
So I was like, that's fucking tight. Like, you know, it's really cool when you know exactly what parts were influenced by who.
Right.
So, and just to get that evidence, I was like, that's fucking tight.
I don't know if you knew that how Kubrick would have ended the film.
Oh shit, give it to me.
All right, so you know how Ben Kingsley, he narrates well, I don't know if he narrates.
And he waited for 2,000 years.
Yeah. So that was fucking perfect, dude. So there's a certain set of dialogue that was set for that final narration, and I think if Kubrick would have done it, from what I was like, from what I read and all that stuff, like Kingsley's direction would have been like, just make it mundane, make it like it's another day, just like it's another Sunday or whatever. Nothing crazy,
extravagant.
nothing extravagant, nothing emotional, just plain deadpan. And the final words would have been along the lines of, "And he died," or some shit like that. Yeah, like just so fucking cold, dog.
You know what though? I don't think I would have been mad at that ending either.
No, because honestly, and there's a thing too, like how Spielberg's so fucking good at making us feel, period.
Yeah.
Making us want to like, oh my God, fucking Billy Owen lost me. What happened to him, huh? Dude, we're looking at this, and I'm like, at the end of the day, it's still a robot, not a kid.
At the end of the day, it's still one person's journey. Nobody else.
That's true, and that's the thing that kind of fucks me too. I'm like, fuck, man, like it makes me feel, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not a human being.
Even so, you know, I guess that's the debate is like how alive is this thing? You know, and if
And
you
that's
really,
what's great about that.
well, I was gonna say, if you really want to get into it, you know, I've always wondered, you know, everybody's afraid of death. Animals are afraid of death, but they don't have, like an animal has no concept of life or death. Just holy shit, fear response.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have a religion. They don't have any concept of what happens. You know, like birds and like more intelligent creatures that like mourn groups are able to see, you know, death and become familiar and stuff like that. But just like thinking about like a mouse or something that just rolls independently. This thing has no idea.
Dies independently.
And it just dies. Yeah, it dies, you know, it's got its own little independent story. No effect on anybody else. And then it just dies. It's the most mundane story.
And we feel for that.
But that's my point is it's just like what so I guess my point is you know the debate on if it's just a robot or if it's alive. You know, he's programmed to want to survive. He's programmed to do the things that he wants to do. We find people attractive for the most part to procreate, and you know we have a fear response of death. You know, as a way to continue to procreate and exist and spread. You know, just like anything else that's alive here. So that's kind of why I'm like, I think at the end of it all is love and infatuation for having a mom and wanting to become human.
Monica
was prefabricated, but the extent that he took it on, all these other things, and anything that he felt like fear and all these other things, again, tie into programming, but that say there's no independent representation, especially when he gets mad when he sees other Davids.
Yeah, that's just fucking crazy too, man. Fucking whacked one, knocked his head off.
Yeah, dude. just everything about it's so wild, man. So it's like, yeah, like where do you draw that line? Does it quit being just a robot and now it's a person with just a robot skeleton and brain and circuitry instead of blood? And
What's crazy, man, like looking at this film, we're like Spielberg showed us a movie where like, hey, like this is a glimpse to our future too. And it doesn't look fucking good, man. It's not because we're like you said, a lot of us are just like a whole, you know, like we're a very irresponsible society. We're a very crazy species, man. Like look at the wars that are going on. And it's funny because you don't think about these things when you're watching. Well, none of these things are happening in the film, but like just something so like not simple, but like the concept of like creating AI to like just to love somebody. You know, the other concept next to it is like, can we create to kill, just to kill?
Something to police, something to kill, something to go fight wars for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the fact that they have so much luxury that they're trying to create a consumer level AI that's not, can't be deciphered as a robot or a human.
Yep.
Like, where the hell are they in the future that they got that luxury?
True, and we don't even know that yet. But for the people who have never seen this film, go watch this film. It stands the test of time. It really,
Yeah.
I swear, man. Like in the next 200 years, this film's gonna be a like a gem. Like because this really like it's a fictional film, but like some of like just so many of the things that are in there that is fictional have come into fruition, man.
Yeah.
And that's fucking scary. And I'm like, well, I know I'm not gonna live that long enough to see all this bullshit. So I'm kind of glad about it.
Yeah.
But hey man, if there's any other film that can pretty much tell you, don't try to fuck up this fucking world, dude, and watch this fucking movie. Artificial intelligence
Or Idiocracy. Both have predicted the
Oh
future.
yeah, man, I haven't been there yet. Yeah.
Have you seen that one before?
I've seen it, but I haven't reviewed it yet.
Oh, well,
That's-
count me in. I'm all about that. Yeah, let's just keep doing like semi-post-apocalyptic future movies together.
Do it, dystopia. I like dystopia.
Yeah, those are some of my favorites, man. I love Mad Max. I'm ready for Furiosa. Yeah, dude, A Boy and His Dog or whatever it is. There's some weird ones out there that
I
are
don't
all.
think I've heard of Boy and His Dog.
Dog Can Talk. I can't remember. I
Okay.
just kind of trying to get down on some weird shit, but
That's cool.
yeah, there's good post-apocalyptic movies, man, and I think that I think as far as ones that have like really accurately portrayed immediate fallout, I think Idiocracy's definitely been the most like on the nose. Everything with AI starting to kind of take place now.
Yeah. People are crazy, but yet we're trying to survive, man.
Yeah, we'll make it.
we'll
I
make
say with all confidence.
Yeah, we're gonna be plugged in, and that's when we're gonna make it. Rock, I want to thank you for being in my podcast. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, man, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun, and like I said, this is a good excuse to watch a great movie again.
Fucking A. Tell the folks where they can follow you, what you got going on, and all that.
You can follow me on all my socials at ROCKSAMSONATX. You can follow my group, the Beautiful Men's Club, just at the Beautiful Men's Club. And catch me on We Don't Smoke the Same on every Saturday.
Yeah, thank you, man. And everybody, please listen to other episodes that I put out recently. I'm going to put out a lot of stuff next year. I can't wait. Next year's going to be cracking, man. Actually, I'm going to watch Killers of the Flower Moon this weekend.
Ooh, okay.
It's on the website. If for people who listen to me when I say it's on the website, they know what I'm fucking talking about. Either way, follow me at Morning Shot Films, IG. Subscribe to my YouTube at Morning Shot Films. And rate and review this podcast, man. Every critique, every comment, whether positive or negative, come at me, man. I like talking about films. Films are my life. As you can probably see by now, talking about a movie that came out 20 years ago. Plus. That's love, man. That's the love of cinema and Spielberg. Can't wait to see you one day, dog. On to the next. Oh, and check out my review for Princess Mononoke. One of the greatest adult animated films of all fucking time, dude. That kind of plays like this film where it shows environmentalism. It shows like why are we like screwing up the environment that we live in? You know,
Tons of things that speak true that just have not changed.
and it's the first Hayao Miyazaki film that features CGI. Crazy.
Oh shit, it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it is, and it looks so beautiful. And I saw it in Japanese and in English just to see, you know, the
I think
comparisons.
I think with those movies, both are good.
They're I can't say they're equally good, but they are good together for sure.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, the original sub is always going to sound good because that's the way the characters were animated, sound and stuff. But then with those Miyazaki movies, they do a really good job with their casting.
I will say for the wolves, they sound better in English than in Japanese. As far as me trying to understand them,
Fair.
voice wise, because I don't mind like watching a Japanese film with no subtitles and just like trying
Kind of
to figure
picking
it
up on the
out
situation.
and then see how the voices sound, even if they sound like warped and all that stuff. Yeah, like at that point, I gotta go with the U.S. on that. Yeah. Thank you, y'all, and tune in for the next one.